Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So the next couple of videos I'll be doing from time to time are going to be a little bit special. I have a friend who's actually lent me his account for me to share some of his characters and gameplay, since he actually spends money on the game, and of course I don't. So don't be afraid, I don't have these characters, but I'd like to share the 5-star review of AS Nikeh with you guys anyways. So of course, we always ask the first most important question.
Is she hot or not?
Oh, I love her waving hair. Oh yeah, she's hot. Okay, so as a katana user, she is quite fast. Note that she is only level 70, but she's almost approaching 200 speed. And of course, most katana users are a little bit fragile, so she does take a fair bit of damage as well. Now in terms of her level 3 Valor Chant, it does power debuff as well as int debuff on the enemies for 1 turn. So actually a very defensive move while doing the VC. However, being that the sheer power and damage output of AS Nikeh is quite strong, I don't know how often you'll be using that particular VC. In terms of our 3 moves, we're going to vary it up. Now, the first move we're going with is Water Lily, which is her 4-star regular Nikeh also has this as well. Keep in mind that as a 5-star board, being that her stats are higher, she does a lot more damage. So she can inflict sleep against enemies who are vulnerable to sleep. Now you can also choose Iris instead. However, you'll probably be using a team that already applies multiple water resistance debuffs. So we're going to go with her 2 AS moves. Longsword of Sin, which does an AoE and inflicts pain. And that's a guaranteed pain just like similar to AS Nagi. Now the different interesting one is Luring Sword. So it does 3 times hit as well as power down, int down, stackable. So very similar to All Equal from AS Iska. And it also stacks Death Flowers, which can be basically increases damage when pain, and the effect increases based on the number of stacks. Now at the end of the second stack, so basically the 3rd turn, if she's not at full life, she will stun herself for 1 turn. And I'll actually show you an example of that shortly. Otherwise, if you activate it basically during AF or, a turn before AF, she won't be vulnerable to that stun, and she'll be able to wreak havoc on the enemy. So this is her 5-star board, and you can see the 2 AS moves that are unlocked at this point. And I'll just quickly scroll between the rest of the boards. Anyone who has regular 4-star Nikeh will probably have seen something very similar. And of course, being that she is Eastern and a katana user. Now, my friend doesn't have any grass to equipped, so let's take her out on a spin. First of all, I would like your input as whether or not you want to see more of this kind of content where I feature other people's accounts and do reviews or other things that I have no access to. So please let me know in the comments below if this is something you like, or if you just prefer to follow my own personal account. Now that being said, we're going to attempt to take on Xion's level 10 Manifest Weapon battle for the very first time with my friend's team. Being that he is a fire-based enemy and single target, we're going to go with Mana as well as AS Nikeh and his Mina. So AS Shani is also there. So we have a very fully loaded, stacked team. Now we'll show you the loadout later, but this is a very Grasta light team. Although, as I said, as a pay-to-play player, you have access to all the characters. So first of all, you saw me start off with the 4 times hit from his Mina, and we're going to apply 1 debuff stack using AS Nikeh. After that, we're going to establish a 2nd turn water zone with AS Yuna. So we're going to actually have 3 AS characters in front and his Mina as well. Now keep in mind that AS Shani does boost power based on the number of male teammates. However, this is an all-female team, and we don't really mind because, we're going to try to win here. Of course, at the end of every turn, with Water Zone in effect, AS Yuna heals, everyone depending on the number of water moves. So you can see I did 2 stacks, and AS Nikeh wasn't at full life, so she stunned herself for 1 turn. So we're just going to delay the AF for 1 more turn while we stack additional damage and fill up our AF bar. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Also, I do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me that way. So remember that Rosa Azul locks his Mina in for 3 turns. So there is a problem there as well. However, being that each subsequent attack is much more powerful, we don't mind doing that. And keep in mind that with his Mina, we can use her move that guarantees 3 critical actions in a row. And so now we activate the full AF. Note that I did apply 1 stack of water resistance debuff using AS Shane's 4-star move. And then we're just going to continue dealing additional damage while the water zone is in effect. Keep in mind that Xion's not actually weak to water, but is vulnerable to water. And water zones do increase the damage of all water type characters by 50%. And so this battle was ended within a few turns without any major problems. Now obviously, with no access to these type of characters, most of us had a lot more trouble taking down Xion level 10's weapon. And there you have it. No problem at all.
Stop flexing on your friend's account, Dad.
I know. It's like driving a Toyota and then testing out the Lamborghini for a ride. This is very exhilarating, I will say. Alright, so my friend will be happy. We have unlocked the final abilities for Xion's Manifest weapon. Now, if you haven't already, remember that I do have a 5-star review of Xion with his Manifest weapon, so you can check out the abilities and stats. Also, I didn't feature any, AS Nikeh moves in terms of wandering around by herself like I do with some other 5-star videos. But keep in mind, she does have an AoE, and that will obviously be very useful if she is running around to clear trash mobs. And again, here's the loadout. The main use in this case for mana was the fact that she can cast Practical, which helps with physical resistance as well as a large regen. And of course, just her base speed is very nice in order to switch in AS Yuna to activate Water Zone. And you can say even here, my friend did put some Grasta that has not been activated, so we just get the stat boost, but no actual elemental or major boosts. Okay, so in conclusion, as you already know, with all these newer AS characters, they are extremely overpowered and can deal significant amounts of damage. I wouldn't say they're absolutely necessary, although I am jealous that my friend has this because my water team is a little bit lacking in the damage department. One other benefit is that she is a shadow character, and so being that you might have pulled many 4-star versions of her, you'll have a significant amount of shadow on her, so that if you do need to go into a dungeon that has a large amount of shadow requirements for the 3rd or multiple slot rewards, then that is a benefit as well. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.